What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm J and we are locked in. This is episode 9 of Ready to Love. Last week we seen the men had the power, so they had to take the women out and allow them to meet their exes so they could conversate and get to ask some questions. Now, there were some interesting exes we seen. Some of them we didn't quite believe that they were their real ex, but they were still on the show and they helped us out to try to decipher between the women. Before we get into this episode, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you want to be a part of it, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now this week it's going to be a little different. We know Tommy likes to throw curveballs. We kind of got accustomed to everyone being at the resort when they were in Houston so they can interact all the time. With everything going on off screen and people living their regular lives, it's hard for us to see where these connections are coming from. So let's jump into it. Episode 9, Ready to Love. We have a resort set up for us and we're seeing everyone drive out there. Of course, Camilla's riding with Cornelius and she's talking about, are we going to be sharing a room? Cornelius is like, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know how it's set up when we get there. More than likely, they'll be sharing a room together. Sabrina's riding with Walter and she's asking him, do you think that, we're probably would be considered a couple by now? And he's just riding. He's thinking, I don't know. I'm still out here, trying to date other people. While on this journey to the retreat, she actually says, I need to talk to you. I actually used to be a dancer, an exotic dancer, a stripper. He's like, how long? She says about 10 years. Now, this is a little red flag. I don't mind a woman that gets in there and makes her money. But at the same time, if I'm a wife a woman up, I probably don't want one that was actually a dancer. Because now you got to ask, you have a child. Did this child come from somebody you was dealing with that you met out the strip club? Yeah, you see, it's those type of questions you need to ask, especially if you're trying to move forward with somebody. I mean, she says she doesn't regret it. I don't knock you for doing it, but this is something I would have liked to know up front. Zadia's in the back seat and she's asking questions. She's poking with her. I know she knows what's going on here. And she's saying, hey, you guys going to be moving in together? Camille's talking about, yeah, after we get married, we're actually going to buy a house. Well, we know you're in a lot of debt. So I know Cornelius, he's talking about, we're going to take it day by day. We're going to see where it goes. Camille gets a little upset because that's not the answer she wanted to hear. Realistically, we got to go over these finances. We know you're in a lot of debt paying off degrees. So it wouldn't be us buying a house. It would be me buying a house and you moving into this house with a significant amount of debt. I'm 36 with no debt, so I don't really do that debt. And if you do have a debt, for me, it can't be over about $15,000 because you're gonna have to work that debt down. I didn't tell you to go get them student loans. Camille wants it her way. He's saying, what are you thinking about? Oh, she asked a direct question. He said, yeah, I can see us moving forward in the right direction to have a serious relationship. She wanted to hear, we're going to get married. We're going to move in. And we even have a close up of Cornelius talking about, man, it's going to be tough. You have to put in some work with this woman. Tommy comes out and he's telling them, hey, look, we pretty much got one night here. And ladies, you have the power. So hopefully, fellas, you're shooting your shot. At this point, it shouldn't even be shooting your shot. You should already be accomplished with who you're interested in. And you two should be behind the scenes texting every day, talking, going out, having dates. Because at the end of this trip, someone is going home. Tomorrow morning, somebody will have to drive home to their house. Now, Sabrina's talking about, that's crazy. They got to drive home anyway. It's just they won't be on the show. And if you have a connection with someone and it's actually genuine, you can still text them. Hey, I'm off the show. What you doing this evening? Walter has a connection with Sabrina. We've seen him ride in with her. We also know that he has a connection with Mumi. Now, he's in here playing the piano. Everybody's gathering around. Man, classical music. Sabrina, she's close because she knows what she's doing. We're here. We only got, probably about 12, 16 hours. We ain't got a full 24. We got to put in this work. Now, Muming, she comes in and she sees that Walter's energy kind of changed. Like, hey, don't come in this room. Well, at this point, he's making a connection with Sabrina. You should grab him when it's one-on-one. And he's playing the piano. It's not like he can have his arm around anybody. He's just, vibing out. Just once he gets done, Muming, the best thing for you to do is to grab him. At least Walter knows there's 2 women after him. So that's less likely that he'll get voted off. Sydney and Frank, we know they've been the closest couple that we've seen. They're kissing. He met the friends. They, you know what I'm saying, they approved of him. And she has a very sensual connection when it comes to Frank. She likes him touching her. Now, she does have two guys that she's interested in. The only thing is she's more connected to Frank. And these two, they're always laughing, smiling, giggling and stuff. He's touching on her. She's enjoying it. She asks, how does he feel about one of the men getting eliminated? He says, look, I'm here. I'm focused on what I want. I'm not worried about anything else. That's how you have to be in these competitions. You got to worry about yourself and just know, okay, there's 5, 6 of us. I know there's at least 2 dudes that ain't nobody really connecting with. Zadia and Naeem, they're out here and they're laying around. She does say she has a connection to him, but she wants Naeem to take control and tell her exactly where they are. Are we trying to be together? Are we moving forward? Or are we just cool? What is it? And she's throwing it out there. Naeem, he's just playing too relaxed and too reserved for me. You're out here with her. You know it's elimination. You both are attracted to each other. You got some drink, talk. You got to have that conversation with her. You got to be able to open up a little bit and see what she likes, especially when you're on the chopping block, when you know you potentially have a chance of going home. You got to try to entertain her. And he's just sitting there. He's cool. Maybe it's just he's in awe. We don't know. But she wants to know, what are we betting on? Red or black if we in Vegas? He talking about we betting on black. Well, you better make this black love happen or you going to have your black butt at home. There's something about Silo. I'm really starting to like her more and more. Now, she's out here with our man Phil. They're sitting by the pool. He said he's been drinking dark. Now, me personally, when I'm out in the sun, by the beach, pool parties, I don't do dark. It's just too heavy for me. I got to have that clear liquor. And that's what she's telling him, hey, it's too many calories in dark. And he's like, people really think about that? So what they're having is just a regular conversation. What we call these is just a little icebreakers. But she really wants to know, are you being genuine with your connections? He makes a joke and says no. So when she hears it, she think he's serious at first. Like, no, you're supposed to be, this is the real deal at this point. He's like, yeah, I really am. Now these two, their relationship is a little, I don't know. It seems surface level. It's like they want to get to know each other more. They just, I don't know, man. Phil hasn't really made that move yet. Mumin finally gets a chance to talk to Walter, and I guess she heard me and took my advice. As soon as they got off the piano, when they got outside, they started talking, and she's saying he's been distant, and he's saying, well, I'm here now. You have to understand, people are handling multiple individuals in this, in this relationship and in this resort. So he's saying whatever you and I have, that's between us. He did sense a little change in her, and she also seen a change in him. But that's because he was with somebody else. So he's saying you were kind of distant when you came in there to the piano, but when we're here and we're talking with each other, this is what it's all about. She still wants better communication from Walter, and I can understand why she wants that. She just has to know this is a dating competition. If you want your man, you got to get him. You got to stay on him. You see, Sabrina rode up here with him. That's how you got to play the game. Dante and Aisha, now they have a connection. They in the kitchen. We know she likes to cook. These two, what they're saying is, hey, if you really like me like that, you really fall in love with me, her ring size is a 7. Also, all these text messages that we have going back and forth, it's finally good to be able to be in one spot and have a physical connection. The text messaging can only go so far. Phone calls, FaceTime, yeah, that's good to see each other. But to actually be there with each other and interact, that's where the genuine connection comes from. And we see that these two, they're off in their own little world. Everyone else is outside swimming, playing the pianos. These two, hey, we're treating this more like a regular life. We're going in the kitchen, we're going to enjoy something, and then we might take that outside. But then again, we might take it to the bedroom and just get to know each other a little better. Camille and Cornelius. Cornelius and Camille, the most talked about couple on this season of Ready to Love. But you know how we do on this channel. We don't bring the outside noise, what we hear on Facebook. We only talk about what they hear on the TV show. And what we see here is Camille showing her appreciation for Cornelius and shows how much she cares for him. They've been bonding. We know that he is her number one. So she buys him a necklace. It's a religious one because we know he's religious also. And it's saying God is higher than all of our highs and our lows. And she's saying, I should have had it engraved with my initials on it. He's like, oh, does it have it on there? She's like, nah, I should have did it, but you need to wear this everywhere. We already see Cornelius. He's looking at it like, man, I don't know. Maybe we're moving a little fast. And I would have looked at the chain and said, okay, I got a gold necklace on. What is it? Silver? During his little one-on-one interview, they say, is Camilla a little controlling at all? Cornelius doesn't even answer. He said, y'all trying to get me in trouble, because he knows if she sees this, man, it's bad, bad, bad. Now, me personally, I wouldn't wear the necklace. I'd be like, thank you for it, but I can't accept this gift, to be honest with you. I just don't accept gifts. That's me personally. Everybody is seeing exactly what we're seeing. The producers is asking, is Camille controlling? Now, when he sits down at the dinner table, he sits right next to Camille. She's talking about, babe, aren't you supposed to sit across from me? He's like, you want me to? Yes. Aisha sees and she's saying, hey, Cornelius, if you're in trouble, wink, blink, do something. Help. Hey, someone, hey, tell me it's a assigned seat over here. She got this man getting up, running around. Even Sabrina's like, yeah. Cornelius leads him in a prayer, and it's time to eat. Now I'm looking at that mac and cheese, one of my favorite dishes, side dishes, whatever you want to call it. But I'm like, I don't know who made this and what kind of cheese y'all got in here. Cornelius is making a speech. All right, we're getting down to the end. We all know each other. We all built a bond. Even if you don't have a connection with somebody, you still, have a personal relationship with them, friendship. So he's saying, we don't want to see anybody go home. And you hear Camille talking about, oh, you good, boo. Dante's saying, man, that's like a possessive relationship right there. Everybody is pointing out how Camille is treating our boy Cornelius. I don't know what Camille got going on, but I don't think anyone at the table is really feeling it. We're all here to have a good time. The way you're acting is, I won't say inappropriate, because you're an adult. You can do whatever the hell you want to do, but she's talking about everybody else is in a marathon. I'm in a sprint, you know what I'm saying? Flipping the hair. We're going to see you at the reunion. I know Cornelius got to be feeling a certain type of way. Even Dante saying it couldn't be me. I know for a fact I wouldn't be in this situation. No one's going to treat me like a dog, or this is what we're going to do. You're not my mother. We're not going to have this relationship like this. It's going to be at least on an even playing field. Everyone's starting to call it out. They're saying Zadia and Camille, they got this brown girl connection. We seen that when they rolled up here together, but they're being catty and no one's really feeling it. They're like, we're here for an experience. Even Aisha is saying that we don't know anybody's walks of life. So let everyone have a chance to be able to enjoy other people and make this whole experience worthwhile. I don't know, man. We see this a lot. I don't know what it is, but women start to form like little cliques. It'd be one and two of them. We seen it with freaking frat, and people just aren't feeling that, especially as being adults. Now we in high school and stuff, okay, but we're here at a dinner. Everyone's dressed up. We're supposed to have a good time, get to know each other, make these connections. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this going on. I haven't agreed with Aisha a lot, but I agree with her 100%. Aisha, you laid it out. Just because you have a connection with Cornelius doesn't mean he can't get voted off. You don't know one with a connection with him. That means the rest of us could say Cornelius is gone because we don't have anything to do with him. Then you hear Camille just get totally disrespectful and go all the way to left field and say, I'll F y'all up. We are adults. Who's thinking about fighting? If you really had that strong of a connection with Cornelius, then even if he gets eliminated from the show, you can still talk to him. This right here, I told y'all, I think episode 2 or 3, when she called him dumb, I said she needed to be removed from the show. But people in the comments said, Mo, you tripping. Now look at it. Now she's getting aggressive. Zadia takes up for it. Now what she's saying is not literally, if there's someone you want to fight for and then you fight for them, that means you go out there and do the things necessary to keep them, not physically fight somebody. Whole time Cornelius ain't saying nothing over here. He just sipping his drink. Yeah, you want to remove yourself from the situation because Camille really put herself in there. But at the same time, you were the only one that has that close of a connection with Camille to tell her, hey, you got to calm down. This ain't the place for all that. And this is why you don't put yourself in a situation. Fellas, if you're in Cornelius' situation, you don't put yourself with a woman that you don't know what she's going to do. This right here can get you hurt in a public environment. People can be around you. You can be put in a very dangerous situation with women that act like this. Aisha is saying we shouldn't be fighting. It's an elimination show. And Zadia is saying, you sound like a hater. She's not being a hater. She's 100% correct with what she's saying. If he gets voted out, he gets voted out. That's part of the game. We didn't see anyone else fight these last 3-4 seasons. When someone gets eliminated, you just get eliminated. Life goes on. But they're talking about, oh, you need to be fighting. It ain't that serious. And look at Camille. She started all this nonsense, and she's acting like she ain't got nothing to do with it. She's what the hell? Now I'm glad the gentleman got up and he's starting to get in between them, because you know how this can get. All it takes is a slip of the hand and that damn wine get thrown on somebody. Now things are getting broken up, and now we got people looking at our black TV shows. Oh, them niggas don't know how to act. It's just ignorant stuff. We are too old for this. Now, Zadia, she's just over here defending Camille. Camille's leaning over. Girl, you doing that? I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, I used to be in some ignorant stuff when I was younger. But as a 36-year-old man, any woman presenting themselves like this, I don't want anything to do with them. I wouldn't even conversate with them the rest of the time we're at the house. I honestly would have got up from the table while they were doing this argument, took the plate, took the drink I had, and went in the living room and ate my food, because I'm not about to be around this. My brother Naeem just said everything I said. It's nonsense. You got to be able to walk away from something like this. Zadia didn't even have anything to do with you. It was between Camille and Aisha. And you just jumped in and you took it from there. I don't know, man. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to have no opinion. We're just going to talk about the show. Even Sabrina, she says it. Aisha just voiced her opinion. Hey, this is a TV show. We're here to be eliminated. You know, if you don't get eliminated, congrats, you make it to the end. You guys are attacking me. And just like I said, Zadia and Camille, they poking. I said it in the car in the very first clip when they were riding, and she was poking at Cornelius because she wanted to see if Camille would get turned up when she was asking about the house that you were moving in. So I don't just make this stuff up off the top of my head. I'm telling you exactly what I see. And Sabrina saying Aisha didn't back down. Aisha shouldn't have backed down because she wasn't wrong. I like that Phil actually took Aisha to the side and he's asking her, why are you worried about this? Why are you even caring about what they're getting into elimination? That shouldn't be with you. And she's just voicing her opinion. So I see both sides, but for a man, we're looking at it as, I mean, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Camille's just talking. If y'all going to vote him off, she's not going to do anything. Security going to get on her ass before anything. So he's just trying to calm her down and get her to think like, hey, don't let her get you out of your game and out of your mindset and make you look like something you aren't. Our brother comes over and he calls Zadia out. You were poking the bear. That's what you were doing. You were egging it on. You were just trying to see if you can get a reaction out of it. She's telling me, oh no, I wasn't. She's saying he's been avoiding her the whole time. And now he wants to come over and voice his opinion about this situation. So she feels like he's siding with Aisha. He's not siding with Aisha. He just sees what he doesn't want. If this is how you're going to be acting, you could do this in any public environment. No, you don't. Your woman is supposed to be the classy one out of the two of you. She's supposed to carry yourself like a woman. But when you out here arguing with people over petty stuff that you weren't even in, that's an issue. Man, most men, we all think alike. I just said he sees how you're acting, and this is what he says in his interview. I don't want that. I've seen how you're acting. There was no beneficial factor for you to get into that argument and keep going at Aisha like that. No one wants to be around that. We see our boy Phil over there with Aisha. He's trying to get his time in, but our man Dante come over. He come over with the silk robe talking about Aisha had a long day. Excuse me, brother. I need to take her off your hands. He trying to grab her arm. They playing around. But see, that's because even though it is a competition, the men, they can still be friendly with each other. Aisha, you know, she's having a good time. Let's see where this goes, though, between Dante and Aisha. Okay, Dante really laying it on. He's taking a stressful situation and smoothing it out. And by that, I mean he's taking Miss Aisha up to the room. Her back needs a massage, and she said that gluteus maximus needs one. I was looking at her like, dang, I ain't know you had all that back there, Miss Aisha, but hey, I'm not here for you. You got gentlemen after you. And he's telling her, I like the way you stood up for yourself out there. And she's saying, thank you for being by my side. And that's what you got to do as a couple. Y'all got to be there for each other. Dante and Aisha. Now, they only been getting text messages in. He said, hey, I've been trying to get you on dates. Oh, well. All them dates, get rid of them. What we got tonight, this massage, this close, I'm talking about they getting real close. He's hitting all the pressure points, all the deep massages, and she's talking about this connection right here may stand the test of time. Dante, you a smooth brother. Tommy shows up and we getting straight to business. Fellas, I'm gonna see y'all back in DC, the ones that made it. And we gonna talk a little bit. Somebody's got to go home. So let me talk to the ladies so we can see who that guy is. Tommy gets the women, and you know he was notified what was going on last night. So he starts with Camille, and he's asking her, how's everything going? She starts talking about, not really in detail of the situation, but Aisha also chimes in, and they start, just yeah. And Tommy has to tell them both to stop. We already know the situation that happened, so we don't need to talk about that again. What Tommy is saying is everyone can have their own opinion and a disagreement. We know we're here for love, but we need to talk about the respect that we should have for each other. Not only because we're all humans, we're all black, we're all here together. We came here as a show, as a family, as a unit. And you should always respect whoever you're talking to, even if their opinion is different. And that's all Tommy is trying to get across. We got to treat ourselves and others the way we treat ourselves. I'm talking about Tommy. He said, I don't want to talk about this situation no more. Put his glasses on like he a school teacher or principal or something, a discerned father. I don't want to talk about it anymore, Sabrina. And she said, yeah, my connection with Walter, that's what I got. Muming also says, I got a connection with Walter. Now, we know she had a connection with Walter, but she's saying on this vacation, there wasn't a lot of connectivity. We know that he was with Sabrina. He tried to comfort her and tell her, I'm here for you. She just wanted, more of that bond that everybody else was getting, that she just didn't get from Walter. It gets to Camille, and we already know the answer is Cornelius. She starts talking about she gifted him a necklace, and if they keep God in their, in their relationship and in the forefront, they'll be all right. And hopefully she can make it down the aisle this time. That's because she had 3 engagements but never got married. I'm gonna focus on the word hope. There's no hope. You did this. You had full control of these 3 engagements and you didn't do it. She's talking about she feels like now is the time, the right time. She wasn't ready. Well, that's because you're 42 in debt. It's starting to get cold. It's starting to get cold when you start getting older and lonely. Cornelius, if I'm you, I'm running, brother. Sabrina, I have my, my disagreements with you, but me and you, we really bonded this episode. You were on the same wavelength as me. She says Cornelius can't handle a woman like that. I don't think any man can or will want to, but she has a lot of growing up to do. I've been saying she's acting immature with the way she's acting. Sabrina, thank you for the cosign. Now, the name that's getting thrown around that no one has a connection with because he's been with one certain Camille is Cornelius, and everyone's saying he might not be ready for this whole process. So we need to see what 2 gentlemen are on the chopping block. Well, it looks like Naeem is with Zadia, and we're going to see if he can make it through the night, or should I say the morning. Then we have Cornelius and Camille. Now, this is going to be a tough one if Camille has to get rid of Cornelius, because if she has to send Cornelius home, we already know that means next week Camille is going home, because I don't see anyone outside of Cornelius with a connection with her. Well, that's how they're going to leave us. We're not going to find out till next week of who actually made it and who got sent home. Let me know who you think got sent home. And also, what do you think about the Aisha and Camille little disagreement at the dinner table? Let me know what you think. I'm Mo.J. If you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.